Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is a morning gab, daily gab. It's morning time. This is going to be a little short one. And I do apologize for the lighting. You see an eye. Believe it or not, all the way in Virginia, close to the James. I'll give you an idea where I'm at. We've already had a frost advisory. Color me is shocked. Usually that don't happen till like late November, mid-November at most. Heck, lip balm. Cause, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the cold. I like, fall, and it's quickly feeling more like, winter. As time goes on, it feels more like winter than fall right now. Ooh, that's better. This morning's been kind of rough. So I want to talk to you all about common sense. Let's talk about common sense, okay? And before we get into that, I want to apologize for the vacancy of daily gabs. Apart from moving, there's been a lot of turmoil that needed my attention more so than doing the videos. And plus, my videos would have ended up me ranting and crying and fussing and complaining. So with all that said, just know that it's been rough. Married life is amazing. It still is amazing. I'm happy. And whenever you're going through anything in marriage and families involved, just know that you didn't marry the in-laws. Just remember that. You didn't marry the in-laws. You married their kid. And anything the in-laws dish out on you should be taken with a grain of salt. Because if you're doing your best for them and it's not good enough for them, that's on them. It's their problem, not yours. And especially if if you help them with a problem that is theirs and they were careless and irresponsible on their part, just know that if you help someone with their problem and it's still not good enough for them, you didn't have to help them. You didn't have to do anything for them. You didn't even have to listen to it. But you know what? You did. And when you do, it speaks highly on you. And when they throw a fit about it, it speaks poorly of them. And you don't have to live with that negativity. You don't. So, and it breaks my heart to have to say that. And when I want to talk about common sense is, common sense is, you know, here's a good one. I had a friend tell me, you know, common sense is when your house is on fire, you leave the house, right? Well, there are some people that exist that would stand in the fire and complain that it's hot. True. In fact, this pertains to what I'm going through. Like, for instance, if you don't pay your mortgage or your bills, what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen? Uncle Sam is going to happen, and you won't have power, or you lose your phone, or if you don't pay your taxes on your house, the state and the city will foreclose your home and kick you out. And that process is, it's quite a noticeable one. I mean, you can't overlook it when someone comes to your home and be like, I bought your house, you got this, you got till this time to get out. Now, you can be an ass, which this person chose to be an ass, and there was little to no leniency given to them. Or you can be like, wait, how did this happen? You know? Ask questions. Try to figure out what you can do. It could have been a saving grace. He probably would have had more lenient payments to offer. But if you're a jerk to someone and you're at their mercy, you will be met in kind. You get more flies with honey than you do with vinegar. But common sense doesn't really, common sense is becoming a lot more scarce these days. And, I pray, I really do pray that one day that would be a genetic strand that will come back in our genome. The thing is, that's what you call a child. Someone who's mean and hateful and meets with every change and every turn and anything that ever happens and just sits there in a muck and just wallows. Now, there is a mental and emotional disorder for that. The thing is, you can't help someone who attacks other people when they try to help. That's better. You can't help somebody who's aggressive, no matter how much you want to. Because I helped somebody in my husband's family, and it still hurts and bothers me. They single-handedly ruined our first-year wedding anniversary. Just out of the blue, accused me of stealing, which I would never do. That person has nothing in the world I want. He accused me of stealing donation money. No. That money was distributed by my husband because it was for his father. To moving trucks and gas for those moving vehicles and things we need to tape, boxes. Sometimes there was a point in time I had to buy boxes because the places I went to, because we needed a lot of boxes, we ran out. Because we were moving 2 households, not just the one. So, and also he wants to accuse me of embarrassing him on Facebook. The only friends he has on his friends list, I would say, were those scammers that pose as women. Beautiful, sexy, horny women. Yeah. So whenever you try to help somebody and they return, and in return, they get aggressive and resentful and hateful, and they chase away every person that came to help out of the goodness of their heart and out of the valuableness of their time. And then it boils down to only two people that are near and dear to my husband and I coming back to help us repeatedly because it was too much for us. There was times where I would get up in the morning, sometimes 5 in the morning, because I couldn't sleep because I was anxious and upset of everything that was going on, that I would pack, our stuff so that it was easy. And when he lived with us for a little while, evidently I wasn't moving fast enough because I was working 9 in the morning to 3 or 4. 9 in the morning to 3 or 4. And then right when I get off, I would go over to his house, help pack, move, make sure everyone was getting water because it was hot as heck at the time, Gatorade. I was helping people, making sure they were getting food. I was packing. I was cleaning. I have scars of where we kicked up a spider nest under their bed. I also was taking care of his cat. When he was with us, I was doing his laundry because he had a lot of things on his mind. I wanted to be nice. I did his laundry, made sure he ate. I made sure that everyone was comfortable to get what they can done. And, and according to him, I didn't do a damn thing. There were nights where I was constantly I had a choice between eating supper or sleeping, and there were times I did both. My husband has a video recording of me falling asleep eating at Arby's. I was starving. My sugar dropped quite a few times because just because he could go, he didn't care about anybody else. I'm sorry, I'm a normal human being, and I require water, food, and a bathroom. So sorry. I almost fainted over there. And the few people that did show up, that he had come over, they showed up, got what they wanted, and they left. They didn't come back. They didn't come back. They helped a few times, but other than that, they didn't come back. They got stuff from him. Left. That's it. But I stole from him. So, I'm sorry again. This video was not supposed to be about this, but that's kind of what's going on. That's the short and sweet version. The moral of this story is you have to learn, if you love yourself, you have to learn to walk away. Because he's coming from a place where he's hurting. He's fucked up. And it happens. If you sit there and ignore the world around you, another thing is, he's addicted to his phone. Talking to these whatevers overseas. They asked for money. He ignored everybody and everything for a good while. And he's trying to place blame so he feels better about himself. Sorry, it wasn't my responsibility or my husband's responsibility to pay your taxes. You get 6 months to fix it. And 6 months, jack nothing. But hey, he bragged about saving $10,000. What good does it do you if you don't pay your bills? But the moral, I'm hoping that somebody out there can learn from this situation and know that even though you want to help people, even though they're family, you have to learn to walk away to save yourself. If you know you've done your best, that is all anyone can ever ask of you. And if your best isn't what they wanted, or the way they wanted, or not good enough, and if it was not your situation to even help in, nobody had any room to complain. As kids, we're taught to be grateful for what we have, or what we are given. Adults should never forget that lesson. Ever. Well, I'm off to my favorite day job. No, that's not sarcasm. I actually do enjoy what I do. So, love and light to you all, and I wish we all have a really good day today. And be safe out there, and bundle up. Also dress in layers, because the weather's unpredictable in the East Coast. For sure.